Meet Miriam. She knows play-based learning, or PBL, is an important tool to help children of all ages learn in a classroom. In this video, we'll explain how you can modify P.O.W.E.R and other play activities to meet different learning objectives. First, you need a clear learning objective. Next, think about what students need to do to reach that objective. Do students need to know something, use a skill, or form an attitude? In Miriam's case, her objective requires students to do something. They need to form adverbs and write sentences with adverbs. Once you know what students need to do to meet the objective, think about the types of activities that help them do this. How can the class do this through PBL? Games can be a great way to learn, but remember that there are many types of play that you can use. It's also okay to combine play with direct teaching when you need to. Sometimes you might even decide not to use play, but you can still think of ways to make the lesson engaging. As you think of your own ideas, consider your students' interests and activities they are familiar with or find engaging. One way Miriam can use PBL is to review and practice forming adverbs. She could start by exploring students' previous knowledge, asking them what an adverb is and how it is formed, and then invite them to identify some example adverbs. After, her class could play a game where they form adverbs, followed by a writing activity where they write adverbs in descriptive sentences. When you plan your lesson, you can look at P.O.W.E.R, think of other games your students enjoy, or make your own. Remember, you can change the activity to suit your learning objective. Miriam decides to use a P.O.W.E.R activity called Who's Your Hero? Because her class likes pretend play. In the original activity, students act or draw jobs for others to guess. Then they think of a hero in their community and create a special message about hope for their hero. Miriam changes the activity by adding adverbs to the guessing game. Players act out an action with an adverb, like digging slowly, and the team guesses both the action and the adverb. When it's time to create their special message, students can use adverbs to write a story, letter, news article, song lyrics, or poem about their hero. As you plan your own lesson, think about how you will meet the learning objective through play and how you can share decision-making with students. In Miriam's activity, what decisions can students make? Students can decide on any materials to use in acting, or they can set the number of guesses, a time limit for guessing, or other rules. If they get stuck in the guessing game, they can find their own solutions. And when writing, students can choose the type of message to create and who to write to. For more ideas, check pages 16 to 18 of your P.O.W.E.R manual and the video called Using P.O.W.E.R for Collaborative Play. As you work with students to change the activity, make sure it still meets the learning objective. To help students meet the learning objective, Miriam moves around and observes them form adverbs. This lets her know how to best offer support, make sure the learning objective is being met, and make sure everyone is ready for the writing activity. She also makes sure there's enough time for the guessing game and writing activity. Another important thing Miriam does is ask questions as students play. She changes the opening and closing reflections in P.O.W.E.R to focus on the learning objective. She also asks questions during the activity. In your lesson, you can help students meet the learning objective by asking questions that bring out their previous knowledge about the topic. For example, what's the difference between an adjective and an adverb? Questions that highlight how they experienced the learning objective during the activity. For example, what were some adverbs you used in the game? What activities did you use them to describe? Questions that build their knowledge or skills by getting them to think more deeply. For example, how do adverbs help us express our thoughts and ideas better? Questions that challenge them to apply the new learning. For example, think of someone in your family. How can you use adverbs to describe their daily activities? The opportunities to modify P.O.W.E.R activities to teach your lessons are endless, so give it a try.